From St. Louis Park High School, ParkTV 16 Sports presents High School Girls Volleyball, featuring the St. Paul Como Park Cougars and the St. Louis Park Orioles. Hi everybody, I'm Howard Luloff, welcoming you to the inaugural girls volleyball match on ParkTV 16 Sports this season. It is also the home opener for the St. Louis Park Orioles, coming to tonight's match with a record of 0-1. They lost their opener last Thursday, a non-conference match in 3 straight to the South St. Paul Packers. The Como Park Cougars are playing their first match of the regular season and the inaugural match for new head coach Kim Smisek. Kim was the junior varsity coach last season at Minneapolis Washburn, and she replaced John Olmanson, who took another job. As both teams were introduced, the officials for tonight's match are Al Anderson and Shelley Wolfwell. Last season, St. Louis Park had an overall record of 5 wins and 21 defeats. I was talking with head coach Mark Nelson of St. Louis Park before tonight's match. He was telling me that this year it's a different group and a young group. There is only one senior on the Orioles this season, and that is Holly Westwood, one of the co-captains, along with junior Anna Music. As both teams are on the floor, St. Louis Park is on, as well as Como Park. The libero for the Cougars is Sinead O'Duffy, wearing a different jersey. A libero is a defensive specialist. She can only play defense. Mark was also mentioning that the team committed to fitness, and they are a really committed group. Hopefully they'll be committed to winning some more games this season, as well as some matches, as we're about to get underway from St. Louis Park. It looks like Como Park will be serving first. Como Park, a member of the St. Paul City Conference. Last season, they finished second in the conference with a record of 10-2 and an overall record of 17-12. As Delilah Wolf will serve for the Cougars. And it's a side out. St. Louis Park gets the first point, and the first serve is from Taylor Ewald. We're glad you can join us from St. Louis Park High School. That's O'Duffy. Taylor Ewald on the left side set. And it's a double hit. It's all even at 1. For those of you new to girls high school volleyball, it's rally scoring all the way until one team scores 25 points, and they have to win by a margin of at least 2. In the case of a 5th game, the game is played to 15 points with a 2-point margin still valid. As the ball goes off the net, Como Park takes the lead. Serving for the Cougars is Cynthia Polachek. A running serve. A long hit by the libero. Jade Schmeling goes out of bounds, and a Park point for the Cougars. 3 in a row for Como Park. And the ball goes out of bounds. St. Louis Park cuts the deficit to 1 as Anna Music, correction, that's Amra Music. Amra Music is now in for the Orioles. That was Kate Huber on the serve, and a kill by the Cougars doubles the score. Sinead O'Duffy will serve for Como Park. A high hit Ewald on the set. A block on the right side. That was Emily LaCroix Duluth on the block. Como Park is up by 3. Como Park opened in 1979 and is located in the North End area of St. Paul. A net serve brings the ball back to the Orioles. As Maisie Pekarik is in the match for St. Louis Park.
Right there, Jay.
The shot by Emma Marshall is touched. Como Park is up by 3. As Rebecca Hausman will serve for the Cougars. Ewald with a one-handed set. A shot on the right side. Goes out of bounds. St. Louis Park gets the serve. And the point as we take another look at Marshall's hit that goes out of bounds. And on right side, Como Park gets the point on the kill from Emily LaCroix Duluth. As we take another look at the hit kill by LaCroix Duluth coming into the game for the Cougars is Olivia Bervin. And a hit from Pekarik. A point for St. Louis Park. It's a 2-point Cougar lead. As Music will serve. O'Duffy in the back. A high hit. Right side set. And the kill from Delilah Wolf. A point for Como Park as Holly Westwood, Malone Sr. on the Orioles, will return to the game. In the game for Como Park is number 9, Jenna Krivet. The serve goes into the net. A point for the Orioles. 2-point lead for Como Park. Pekarik will serve.
She likes to hit Jay. She likes to hit an ace, so watch out.
Nobody was home on the play and a point for the Cougars. There was no offense in the center. For defense. As Haley Darver is back in for Como Park. The serve goes out of bounds, a point for the Orioles. The highest lead so far in the first game is 3 by Como Park. Ewald on the serve, and a point for the Orioles as the ball goes off of O'Duffy. The lead is down to 1. There's only been one tie so far at 1. A high hit taken by Ewald. It goes out of bounds, and it's all even at 9. Second tie of the opening game, first at 1, now at 9. And the lead goes back to Como Park as Ewald's serve goes into the net. Emma Marshall is back in for the Cougars, as Polachek will serve. It's all even at 10. Third tie of the first game. As Amra Music is back in for the Orioles. A one-handed hit goes over. Ewald on the left side set that goes into the net, and a point for the Cougars. As we take another look at the hit. A high set by Ewald. Music playing on the left side. Doesn't get the ball over as Como Park regains the lead. A race for the ball. O'Duffy. And a block on the right side, resulting in a violation. And a point for the Cougars. A player cannot go into the net on a block. There's a race for the ball, taken in the back row by Music. And a point for the Orioles. The lead is once again down to 1 as Pekarik is back in for St. Louis Park. Schmeling on the serve. And a block by Ewald. Into the net. Como Park is up by 2. As a wet spot is wiped off on the gym floor. Don't want any wet spots, especially on a hot day, because we don't want injuries. Ewald on the set. Music puts it over. A high hit from Music. That was a block in the center by LaCroix Dillon, and the ball goes out of bounds. 1 point lead for Como Park, with Rachel Vortherms on the serve.
Nice serve. Get up there, get up there.
O'Duffy on the hit. Goes out of bounds, and a point for the Cougars. Kate Huber put the ball out of bounds. Little too much power on that hit. As Bervin will serve for Como Park, which is now in its 35th year at the St. Paul City Conference High School. The ball goes out of bounds, and another point for Como Park. 3-point lead for the Cougars. It's a net serve. The ball goes back to St. Louis Park. 2-point lead for Como Park. A net serve brings the ball back to Como Park as Holly Westwood returns to the game for the Orioles. It's a service ace. And Como Park has their largest lead of the first game by 4. And make it 5. As head coach Mark Nelson calls time, 18-13 in favor of Como Park in the opening game. By the way, if you would like to order a copy of tonight's non-conference girls volleyball match between Como Park and St. Louis Park, it's very easy to do. Call our viewer hotline at 952-924-2631. That's 952-924-2631. Or you can talk to our producer-director, Paul Broden, who is in the truck directing tonight's match. You can also go to the website at www.parktv.org. We would also like to extend our congratulations to ParkTV 16's own Misty Lewis. Over the summer, she gave birth to a boy, Quincy Lewis Freeman. Congratulations from everybody at ParkTV 16 to Misty on becoming a mom. And we hope that he comes to some event that ParkTV 16 is covering. St. Paul, with a name like Quincy Lewis, you think he'll go out for basketball when he's old enough to play? Paul doesn't have an answer, but he might go out for basketball just like the namesake of the Gopher basketball player of the 80s. And the point for the Orioles. As Jalen Carroll is back in for St. Louis Park. Carroll, one of 2 new players for head coach Mark Nelson, along with Jade Schmaling. According to head coach Mark Nelson, they worked hard all summer. Hard work is very important to a team's improvement. As Como Park picks up another point on a double hit. 5-point lead for the Cougars, with Schmaling back in for St. Louis Park.
Tell her after the play.
Vortherm's handling the setting, and a point for Como Park. 6-point lead for the Cougars.
You gotta beat up Jalen. You gotta beat the left of Kate.
After 3 ties at 1, 9, and 11, Como Park has pulled away to a 5-point lead as St. Louis Park is serving. Taylor Ewald will serve. Hit over by Polachek. As the ball goes into the net, Como Park is 4 points away from the first game.
I mean, you have 3 options, but you never set it out here.
Emma Marshall is back in for the Cougars. The ball goes out of bounds. The Orioles are serving. Kate Huber will serve for St. Louis Park. Kate, the sister of former St. Louis Park girls soccer player Anna Huber. And a block goes out of bounds, and a point for the Cougars. Good effort by Jalen Carroll and Rachel Vortherms as we take a look at the block on the right side that went out of bounds. Good effort by the 2. As the ball goes over the net, and a point for the Cougars, who are 2 points away from the first game. It's the best 3 out of 5 games St. Louis Park is still alive as O'Duffy's serve goes into the net. Pekarik is back in for the Orioles. As the ball goes out of bounds, game point, Como Park. The last hit was by LaCroix Dellun. The first game goes to the Como Park Cougars, 25-17. We will take a break and we'll be back with the second game of this non-conference girls volleyball match between the Como Park Cougars and the St. Louis Park Orioles. You're watching girls high school volleyball on ParkTV 16.
Hi, I'm Ben Affleck, and many actors have played the part of U.S. servicemen in the movies. But for veterans like James Crosby, their service and their sacrifice are real. And too often when they come home, their struggle continues. For over 60 years, Paralyzed Veterans of America has been fighting to help our injured veterans get the benefits they need and have earned.
Paralyzed Veterans of America was there for me when I came home.
Join me in supporting our paralyzed veterans. Visit pva.org.
Back at St. Louis Park High School as we get set for the second game of this best 3 out of 5 match between the St. Paul Como Park Cougars and the St. Louis Park Orioles. The Cougars took the first game 25-17. Both teams were tied at 1, 9, and 11 until Como Park started to pull away, taking advantage of errors by St. Louis Park and pulled away to a 25-17 win as both teams have switched sides for the second game, with St. Louis Park serving first. Taylor Ewald will open up the second game for St. Louis Park. A number of St. Louis Park's varsity players were playing in a summer league that was hosted by St. Louis Park. It was a loose, informal league with 9 teams competing. And according to Activities Director Andy Ewald, the league champion was Park Center. So congratulations to all the girls who played and all of the teams in the summer league that was hosted by St. Louis Park. A good way for the teams to get in shape during the off season and get ready for the upcoming varsity season.
Okay, here we go.
As Ewald gets ready to serve for St. Louis Park. On a day where fans, both human and oscillating, are present in the Activity Center. We do hope you stay cool on this Tuesday night in St. Louis Park. As the second game gets underway. Ewald on the left side, almost out of bounds, but Huber was called out of bounds by official Al Anderson, and Como Park takes the first point of the second game. Crivet is back in for Como Park. It's all even at 1. In the first game, both teams were even at 1. There were ties at 1, 9, and 11. A back serve blocked in the center by Jalen Carroll, and a point for the Orioles, their first lead of the match. And a block on the right side by Schmeling. 2 in a row for St. Louis Park. So far, it's their largest lead in the match. But there is a substitution error called against Como Park, resulting in a point for the Orioles. It's a 4-0 run for St. Louis Park. A high hit. Ewald. As the run comes to an end with the ball going into the net. 2-point lead for St. Louis Park as Carver is back in. The ball goes out. A service ace for Delilah Wolf. The ball barely landing inbounds. And I'm sure you showed the replay, Paul. How far did it land in bounds? And it does go out of bounds. St. Louis Park is up by 2. As Jade Schmeling will serve for the Orioles. A high set and a left-handed kill that goes out of bounds from Haley Carver. And head coach Kim Smisek wants to know why the ball went out of bounds. It just barely went out of bounds. And the ball goes into the net, a 2-point lead for St. Louis Park. Emma Marshall is back in for the Cougars. The ball goes out of bounds, a point for the Orioles. Their largest lead in the second game is 3. O'Duffy. Gorthums. The kill by Jenna Crivet goes out of bounds. St. Louis Park has doubled up Como Park. Vortherms. And the hit goes into the net, a point for Como Park. Emily LaCroix-DeLune is back in. As it sounds like a train is in the background. Racing for the ball is Marshall, a point for St. Louis Park. It's a 4-point lead for the Orioles. The ball goes into the net. The lead is down to 3. With Hausman returning for the Cougars. Right side hit goes off of Mackenzie Everson. And the Oriole lead is down to 2 as we take another look at the side hit that was blocked by Evenson, one of two sophomores on the Orioles. There was a block by LaCroix DeLune. Going off of Holly Westwood. At one point, St. Louis Park was up by 4. Now the lead is down to 1. A 4-hit violation on the Orioles, and it's even at 9. Como Park regains the lead. As Hausman will serve. Vortherms. A double hit called on the Orioles as St. Louis Park calls timeout. They led by as much as 8-4 as Como Park is now on a 7-1 run to take a 2-point lead. While the hot weather has forced cancellations of St. Louis Park athletic events, especially the boys and girls soccer teams. The boys were supposed to play in Woodbury against the Eastridge Raptors, and the girls were scheduled to have an afternoon game at Bloomington Jefferson, but both games were postponed due to the heat index of 103. A little bit too hot for soccer that day. And speaking of soccer, ParkTV 16 will once again be at the stadium this coming Thursday as the St. Louis Park Orioles will host the Roseville Raiders at 5 and 7 p.m. The boys are 2-0 under head coach Chato Alvarado, winning non-conference games over Alexandria and Hopkins, while the girls are 1-1, beating Alexandria and losing to Hopkins. As the ball goes out of bounds and a point for the Orioles. The lead is down to 1. It looked like the ball was inbounds. A high hit by O'Duffy. It's tied at 11. Third tie of the second game. One, 4, and 11. As Delilah Wolf gets the kill that goes out of bounds. With Bervin returning for Como Park, who's back in front by 1. A high hit goes over the St. Louis Park bench and a point for Como Park. And to the left of our camera people, they didn't go after the balls. They can't even keep them. Ewald puts it over. O'Duffy. And a good effort by Jalen Carroll goes into the net. 3-point lead for the Cougars, their largest lead of the second game. It'll be a 4-hit violation, a double hit on Como Park. It's a 2-point lead for the Cougars. Ewald on the serve. Goes out of bounds. The lead is back to 3. Krivet is back in for Como Park. And it goes out of bounds. Both teams putting a little too much power in the serving department. As O'Duffy is back in for Como Park. Musich back in for St. Louis Park. The lead is down to 1. Kate Huber serving for the Orioles. And the kill from Delilah Wolf goes out of bounds. It's all even at 15. 4th tie of the second game. With Huber serving. The lead goes back to Como Park. Carver is back in for the Cougars. As the serve goes out of bounds, it's the 5th tie of the game. All even at 16. We've had ties at 14, 15, and 16. Como Park regains the lead. As so far in the midpoint of the second game, the lead has gone back and forth. St. Louis Park has not taken the lead, but they've had their opportunities. On a double hit violation, it's all even at 17, tie number 6. Carroll on the serve. A net violation against the Orioles, resulting in a Como Park point. As we take another look, it looked like she went into the net. O'Duffy will serve for Como Park. There's a block by LaCroix DeLuton. The lead is 2. Bounces in front of the net and a point for the Cougars. The lead is 3. Westwood is back in. I don't think she was named after the Nature Center in St. Louis Park. As the ball bounces between a couple of Orioles, Como Park 4 points away from taking a 2-game lead. Musich back in for St. Louis Park. as it goes into the St. Louis Park bench. As head coach Mark Nelson takes his second and final timeout of the second game. 5-point lead for Como Park. The Orioles showed early promise in the second game with a 4-point lead at 8-4. And Como Park came back as the game was tied at 14, 15, and 16. And so far the Cougars have built a 6-1 run to take a 5-point lead. The last time Como Park won a St. Paul City Conference championship was 1994. As you look at the St. Louis Park banner in the Activity Center, O'Duffy will serve for the Cougars. A high hit. Como Park is 2 points away. Game point, Como Park. Kaylee Vinson in for St. Louis Park. Into the net, St. Louis Park gets new life. The lead is down to 6. As Westwood is back in for the Orioles. The kill by Polachek puts Como Park 1 game away from the match as the Cougars win 25-18 in the second game. We'll be back with the third game of the best 3 out of 5 match between the Como Park Cougars and the St. Louis Park Orioles. You're watching girls high school volleyball on ParkTV 16.
George, it's a great deal. Only used a couple of times, and it gets great parsecs for very little dilithium crystals.
Well, I appreciate the offer, but what I really need is information about Social Security. How do I find out what my monthly payment will be?
Online.
How about if I just want Medicare?
Online.
Oh my. We'll boldly go to socialsecurity.gov.
Let's go kick the tires.
Howard Luloff back at St. Louis Park High School as we get ready for the third game of the best 3 out of 5 girls volleyball match between the St. Paul Como Park Cougars and the St. Louis Park Orioles. Como Park winning the second game 25-18, coming back from a 4-point deficit at 8-4 and capitalizing on regaining the lead at junctures where there were 6 ties. As the Cougars will serve first in the third game. It goes out of bounds. St. Louis Park takes the early lead. Taylor Ewald to serve for the Orioles. As the ball is caught by the official. 2-point lead for the Orioles. An early 2-0 run for St. Louis Park. As the ball goes out of bounds, Como Park gets on the board. With Eliana Wiersma in addition to the roster as Jalen Carroll is unable to come up with the ball. It's all even at 2. The first tie of the third game. Ewald, as the ball bounces off to the net,
She can't see it.
Como Park takes the lead.
You know what I mean? She's got her back to you. You can see it. Let her take it.
A 3-0 run for Como Park. For the second time, it's even, this time at 3.
You know what I'm saying? That's an easy ball to get over. If somebody just hustles 20 feet off the court, you guys can't mess with it.
Goes off of O'Duffy, bounces around a few Cougars, and St. Louis Park regains the lead. It looked like a pinball machine on the Como Park end.
Underneath, Taylor. Move quickly. Nice serve.
Wolf plays it over. Ewald on the set. Goes off of O'Duffy. A long hit goes out of bounds. St. Louis Park up by 2.
Preferably top spin. All right, come on, defense.
And the ball is caught by Shelly Woeful, the second official in tonight's match. 1-point lead for the Orioles. Woeful, the side official. O'Duffy will serve. And it goes over the seating area and caught by a player on the other court. Not a player, one of the fans. For the third tie, it's all even. There have been ties at 1, 3, and 5. And Como Park regains the lead. O'Duffy serving for the Cougars. There was a net violation on the Orioles, a double hit. Como Park is up by 2. as the ball goes short. Como Park is up by 3 as head coach Mark Nelson calls timeout. A 3-point lead for the Cougars, and it's time to take a look at the top 10 teams in Class 3A girls volleyball. The number 1 team is defending state champion Lakeville North. The Blaine Bengals are 2nd. Egan is 3rd. The Chaska Hawks are 4th. Hopkins is 5th. Minnetonka is 6th, the 2nd Lake Conference team in the top 10. The Delano Tigers are 7th. Eden Prairie, the 3rd team from the Lake Conference, is 8th. Roseville is 9th. And rounding out the top 10, the Shakopee Sabres. The South Suburban and Lake Conference, the strong volleyball conferences this season. In Class AA, the number 1 team is the Marshall Tigers. St. Croix Lutheran is 3rd. The Belle Plaine Tigers is 4th. And the Jordan Jaguars are 7th. The number 1 team in Class 1A is the defending champion Bethlehem Academy Falcons from Faribault. And Southwest Christian from Chaska is 2nd. Ewald in back of the net. Goes off of Carroll and a point for the Cougars. It's a 4-point lead for Como Park. As the ball stays in bounds, and a point for Como Park. The Cougars double up the Orioles. A short hit. Into the net, a point for the Orioles. A good hit by Amra Music as Mackenzie Evenson returns for St. Louis Park. Schmeling on the serve. A good center block by Vortherns. And a point for the Orioles. The lead is down to 3 as we take another look at the St. Louis Park point. It goes out of bounds, a point for the Cougars. Ewald, and a kill from Vortherns. Correction, that was Evenson on the kill. Evenson playing on the left side, got the set from Ewald and cuts the Cougar lead to 3. As the ball goes out of bounds, it's a 4-point lead for Como Park. Elizabeth Lee enters the game for Como Park. Out of bounds, a point for the Orioles. As Westwood is back in for St. Louis Park. Haley Priner is in the game for Como Park.
Timeout, timeout.
As head coach Mark Nelson uses his second and final timeout for St. Louis Park. And while we have a timeout, a reminder once again, if you would like to order a copy of tonight's high school girls volleyball match, it's very easy to do. Go to www.parktv.org or phone the number shown on the screen, 952-924-2631. The St. Louis Park football team will be off this week. They played a 0-week game last week against the Jackson County Central Huskies with a 21-7 loss to Jackson County Central. Benilde St. Margaret's opens their season this coming Friday on the road as they head up I-94 to take on the Albany Huskies. Albany, a perennial power in central Minnesota high school football. As the ball goes into the net, a point for Como Park. LaCroix DeLuton serving. Vortherm's on the set, and the hit goes out of bounds, a point for the Cougars. It's a 5-point lead, their largest of the third game. And the ball goes off of Schmeling, a point for Como Park. The lead is 6. Vortherms goes against the net. A double hit violation. It was on a block. As St. Louis Park picks up a point, Ellen Hines enters the game for the Orioles. Ellen, the sister of former St. Louis Park quarterback Greg Hines, was attending the University of Minnesota Duluth and played football the last couple years, decided not to go out this season to explore other options. Hines was also a member of the Oriole baseball team. As the ball goes into the net, a point for the Orioles. It's a 5-point lead for the Cougars. A left-handed hit goes out of bounds and a point for the Orioles.
Same problem.
As St. Louis Park has cut the Como Park lead to 4. Ewald's serve goes into the net. A point for the Cougars. Ewald on the set. There's a block by Crivet in the front. And the point for the Cougars. Goes off of Ewald. Como Park is up by 7. The serve goes out of bounds. Huber will serve for St. Louis Park as Musich is back in. It's a service ace for the Orioles. Kate Huber with the service ace. A violation against St. Louis Park. The lead is 6. As the ball goes into the net, a point for the Orioles. 5-point lead for the Cougars. Goes out of bounds. 2 in a row for St. Louis Park as they try to claw back in the third game. As the ball goes out of bounds, Como Park 4 points away from a sweep. St. Louis Park is out of timeouts. Under the net. The lead is 6. A high hit. O'Duffy in the back row. Ewald. The hit goes out of bounds by Music. Como Park 2 points away. Ewald with the back set. And a violation against the Cougars. It looked like the violation was called on Wiersma. Just in front of the spectator seating. Huber on the hit. And a net violation called on Lee. It was not Lee. The lead is down to 5. Match point, Como Park. As Kaylee Vinson is back in for the Orioles. Elizabeth Lee back in for the Cougars. The Orioles get the ball back. With Music serving and Huber returning. Lee plays it out of bounds, and a point for the Orioles. The lead is down to 4. St. Louis Park comes within 3. The kill by Delilah Wolf ends the match for the Como Park Cougars as they sweep the St. Louis Park Orioles by winning the third game 25-21. Let's take a look at the recap of tonight's match between the Como Park Cougars and the St. Louis Park Orioles. In the first game, there were 3 ties early before the Como Park Cougars pulled away to win the first game 25-17. In the second game, St. Louis Park built an early lead and came close, but then the Cougars took advantage of some St. Louis Park errors and pulled away to win the second game 25-18. In the third game, St. Louis Park had the early lead.
The game balls, there's a black bag underneath it.
Megan has it right now. Coach Megan.
And the Orioles came close near the end, but Como Park, on a kill by Delilah Wolf in the center, ended the game and the match to sweep the Orioles 3-0. Como Park wins the first game 25-17, the second game 25-18, and the third 25-21. Como Park will open up City Conference play next Tuesday against the St. Paul Harding Knights. As the 40th anniversary of St. Paul City Conference volleyball gets underway, Harding was the very first conference champion in 1973. St. Louis Park returns to action on Thursday when they play their first game against a Minneapolis area school when they travel to Hopkins to take on the Blake Bears. Como Park wins their first match of the season. They are now 1-0. St. Louis Park falls 2-0-2. For our producer-director, Paul Broden, and the rest of our ParkTV 16 sports crew, this is Howard Luloff saying goodbye and reminding you once again the final score. The Como Park Cougars sweep the St. Louis Park Orioles 3-0. So long, everybody, and stay cool.